Your religion has been taken over, not by God, not by anything divine. It's been taken over by billionaires, political operatives, and media machines who figured out that faith can be turned into a tool for power. And the truth is, it's happening right now, and most people don't even realize it. Here's the problem. Religion in America has been slowly co-opted into a political identity. What was once about faith, community, and following the teachings of Jesus has been turned into a brand, a voting bloc, and in some cases, a weapon. And this shift didn't happen by accident. It was built piece by piece with money and strategy. Think about what the Bible says that Jesus actually did. He welcomed outsiders, he healed the sick, and he challenged corrupt leaders. He lived among the poor and the marginalized. He told the wealthy to give away what they had, and he called out hypocrisy in the most direct way possible. That's the foundation of Christianity. But when you look at the way religion is used in American politics today, the focus is almost the exact opposite. Let me give you some context. Over the last few decades, billionaires and powerful donors have poured millions of dollars into political advertising. They focus on highly emotional issues like abortion, LGBTQ+ rights, and gender roles. Why? Because these topics spark strong feelings, and when people are emotionally charged, they are more likely to vote a certain way. These donors aren't doing this because of a deep religious conviction. They do it because religion is one of the most effective tools for mobilizing voters. Organizations funded by this money build entire media ecosystems. Think tanks, advocacy groups, and PACs with names that sound wholesome and family-friendly. But their real purpose is not to protect faith. Their purpose is to protect political power. They run ads, they shape talking points, and they create a culture where questioning this alignment feels like questioning God himself. And here's the really dangerous part. This merging of religion with politics has created a movement that's less about faith and more about identity. White nationalism has found cover inside religious language. The message becomes to be a real Christian is to support a certain political party, a certain set of policies, and even a certain vision of America that excludes entire groups of people. That is not religion, that is politics, dressed up in religious clothing. When you compare that with the ministry of Jesus, the difference is stark. Jesus never built a political campaign. He never used fear to keep people in line. He never told his followers to pour their energy into passing laws that punished outsiders or excluded people. Instead, he spent his time with people society rejected. He fed the hungry, healed the sick, and comforted the grieving. Faith is something deeply personal. If religion today doesn't reflect those actions, then it's worth asking, who exactly took over? This isn't about telling anyone what to believe, but it is about recognizing the manipulation. When billionaires and political strategists are the ones deciding what your pastor talks about on Sunday, that's not God at work. That's money at work. When the loudest religious voices spend more time talking about who to hate than who to help, that's not Jesus speaking. That's marketing. And it's important to be clear, people of faith are not the problem here. Ordinary believers who want to live good lives and follow their traditions are being used and exploited. They're being told that their religion requires them to adapt to a specific political identity. But that's not true. The Bible doesn't tell you to vote for billionaires. Jesus didn't say to build empires of money and power. What we're seeing is a deliberate strategy to hollow out faith and replace it with a political brand. And if that continues, the risk is enormous. Religion stops being a source of compassion and becomes a tool of division. It stops being about healing and becomes about exclusion. And once that happens, it's not really religion anymore. It's something else entirely. So what do we do with this? The first step is awareness. Ask yourself, when you hear a religious message that's mostly about fear, exclusion, or control, who benefits from you believing that? When you see ads that use faith to tell you who to hate, who paid for them? And when leaders claim they speak for God while asking for money and votes, who are they really serving? Your religion has been taken over. That doesn't mean your faith is gone. It means you need to protect it. Protect it from billionaires who see faith as a marketing strategy. Protect it from nationalists who use it as a political tool. Protect it from those who would rather build power than build compassion. And here's the thing, you don't have to abandon your faith to see what's happening. In fact, being true to your faith actually means resisting this manipulation. It means remembering what Jesus actually taught and measuring everything you hear against those teachings. So I'll leave you with this question. When you look at what religion has become in America, does it look more like the ministry of Jesus or more like the work of billionaires with a political agenda? If this made you think, I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. How do you see religion being used in politics where you live? And if you found this valuable, share it with someone who's wrestling with the same questions. Because the more we talk about this openly, the harder it becomes for powerful people to keep using faith as a weapon. Your religion has been taken over. The question now is, are you willing to take it back?